Welcome, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson. I have LD with me today. Um, our expected guest must have had an emergency. They are not showing themselves right now, but there are a lot of wildfires and a whole bunch of different things, floods and hurricanes. So anything could be happening at any place. So tonight, I'm going to really just be talking about how sometimes we forget to love ourselves enough to put up boundaries. And I figure that that is something that we often forget. We don't take accountability for ourselves. We don't take our turn. We give, and we always seem to put ourselves last until we're completely ran over, and um, we just can't function anymore. And then, of course, all that turns into illnesses and diseases because we do not allow ourselves to get healthy or even get the rest that we need. So,
Got any good news?
good news? I don't know.
Yeah, well,
What's the good news?
there's a lot of good news, but
Okay. Oh, well, there is one good news for
one,
one
one.
for now.
Oh,
One,
okay.
one.
Tease 'em.
Yes, I am very teaseful.
Teaseful.
I invented a word. What can I tell you? That's how words start, isn't it?
Okay.
Like ain't. That always suddenly started the way it
I
just.
thought that started after 7.
Wow, that's true. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, just to let you guys know, we're very happy to say that we have become a nonprofit organization, an incorporation. So it is Glenda's Magical Creations Inc. doing business as Glenda's Magical Creations Spiritual Centers.
Spiritual center.
Spiritual Center.
Ah.
Yes.
So it's like we don't discriminate.
We don't discriminate.
Oh,
No,
so
no, we
that does set us apart from a lot of the other ones.
we allow anyone to come in here, no matter what their background or beliefs.
We even welcome them.
We welcome them. Okay, that's another way of saying it. So, just so you guys know, it is. I'm very happy and very ecstatic that we were able to accomplish that, and now you know for sure that once you come through those doors or you get on Zoom, even if you didn't before or even if you did, um, you could come in here and find a nice, peaceful, sacred place, and we will not turn you away for different beliefs. You may want to call the divine God, you may want to call whatever. Lori, our hours depends on the day, but if if you want to, you could just contact me. I am definitely here on Tuesdays and Thursdays most of the day, and then the other days it depends on what we have going. There will be starting soon services on a weekly. Um,
Services.
Yes, services where
I hope they're not X-rated.
uh, where we come and we share and we have a subject to talk about and we share our opinions on it and we learn from each other.
Oh, so that's like spiritual support stuff.
Like spiritual support.
Oh, okay. We're not reading from any particular book.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It is a spiritual center.
Yeah, well, you said
Not
services. You say services. People get this whole thing in mind.
So, with that being said, everyone is welcome. And, we also have some types of refreshments like teas and coffee and chocolate.
Oh, sure. Bait them with the refreshment.
And
Not enough we have services.
I can't. Lori, help me here. No. So
Lori, the answer to your question is
yes.
that Glenda will make herself available as much as she can,
Mm-hmm.
and she will do everything she can to work something in that aligns with your schedule. We do have a lot of different rooms here, so we can have multiple things happening at once.
Mm-hmm.
So the hours, I would say, flexible. I mean, it's freaking 9 o'clock, and we're here.
Well, we're doing this.
Yeah, but I'm saying, it's freaking 9 o'clock. And there are days you hear what time? How early do you get yourself here for the Qigong?
Sometimes I'm here at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Sometimes you hear earlier than that.
Yes, it's true. It's true. It's just my mind doesn't want to acknowledge that I'm up that early.
I understand.
So we are now official spiritual center, nonprofit. Like I said, we will have those times where every a weekly basis. Soon I'm going to start scheduling them, and we will have different subjects so we can discuss. And it can be hybrid, so it doesn't have to be that you just come in here in person. We can do it at the same time through Zoom, and this way nobody feels like they're out of this or out of that. You want to get your past life regression done, so I'll contact you. Yes, definitely. Um, that is perfect. I do that, and I do a lot more stuff. So it'd be great to.
So, Lori, as far as
again.
that goes, time is a man-made construct. So when you're talking about past life regressions, there are no hours because you've already lived that life. So, yeah.
So, dear Lord.
Yes.
I also want to say that I should be done with the second book of my series within 2 months. It's in the last review for me, and then I turn it to my editor. And he will.
Hello. Hi, Mr. Editor.
He will make sure that it sounds good and that I didn't do too much Jersey Girl in it. So,
in other words, don't change too much or I'm going to break your freaking fingers. Is that what you're trying to say?
Nah.
No.
Nah. But, so yes, we are now official nonprofit spiritual center. I have been waiting for this for a long time. I had to go through some hurdles and.
Well, did you go over them or under them?
Me under them.
There you go. See,
there's always a way, right? There's whatever obstacle.
Well, there's a will, there's a way, and there's no will here, so there's got to be a way.
The obstacles, you have to either go over them, under them, or around them.
They're not obstacles, they're challenges.
Challenges.
We don't have no freaking obstacles here. Okay. What's the matter with you?
Okay. So,
once you get around me, it's like coming around a mountain.
Okay. I can't. So I will also be listing my full set of services on the website. That should be hopefully done within 2 weeks. Having someone help me with that. Because I only list a few things on the website because it's getting longer and longer, but I'm going to hopefully divide it into different categories so everyone can see more of the stuff that I do.
Well, don't list more than 10 degrees because that becomes a problem to get the ship straight again.
Okay.
So, getting back to the spiritual center and that type of stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're a non-denominational minister.
Yes.
Right. So how many would you say different theologies are you versed in? And I don't mean expert. I mean, working knowledge.
Working knowledge, at least 20.
Okay.
Yes.
And so you can perform services and different,
Weddings.
excuse me.
Weddings and all that.
Yeah, but whatever they want to have in that particular, whatever that
Mm-hmm.
particular uh domain calls for, you can pretty much
Mm-hmm.
put
Like,
something together in about 20 different. All right. And
yeah.
the ones you don't know, you're willing to learn if necessary. Yeah,
Yes, of course.
because many paths, one truth.
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's the key here. There are people, you go in and it's, oh yeah, we let everybody in, well, except you. Oh no, 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 we don't. No, we don't let that. No.
Yeah, there's no converting here. There's no need to, because this is only
If you're
spiritual.
metric, you stay metric. There's no converting here. Fahrenheit, centigrade, whatever. If you're hot, you're hot.
Okay. Righty. So
That's it.
that's it, huh? That's it.
Now you said you're getting your second book finished.
Yes.
All right. What was the first book?
The first one was Sarah's Chrysalis.
Okay, and that's still available.
That's still available on Amazon.
Okay, and which one is this?
And this one is I forgot.
Well, it starts with Sarah's, right? Because I seem to remember, as Mr. Editor, how about a little hey? Hey! So,
Caterpillar.
right,
Yeah,
Sarah's caterpillar.
Yeah.
So the caterpillar,
Mhm.
if I'm understanding you correctly, the caterpillar comes before the chrysalis.
Yes.
And how many are there in this whole series here?
5.
5. Okay. So this is number 2.
Yes, Brian, there's trouble.
You have no idea, big fella.
So, yes, the second book is almost done, completed. I am doing the final revision for me before I turn it over again to my editor. And
Oh, come on, Glenda.
in approximately 2 months, it should be out. And right now, Amazon did put the first book on sale, kind of as a enticement, so people can buy that one, and then the other one will come out, and people can then read on and understand more of the whole story of Sarah's story.
Sarah, huh?
Sarah.
Yeah, okay. We'll call her Sarah.
Sarah, that is the name.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
That's Sarah. So, I also want to let you know that I've gotten, in the last 5 weeks, I've gotten 25 more certifications, all having to do with healing, all having to do with conscious healing, healing energies.
She's been very busy.
More Reiki, but then there's also been a lot of other certifications and other studies and classes that I've taken, including in-depth review and healing of each and every chakra, not just the second 7 that everybody knows about, but the full 18 ones, the 7 that are within your physical body, and then the other ones that are down further into the ground, into the earth, and up into the sky. So this way, you can also attempt, by taking these healing modalities, by coming to for me to heal you or provide the healing, you can heal past lives or future lives, or lives in other planets, in other dimensions,
Or even this life.
or even this life. But it's meant to do a more in-depth.
Yeah, but this life is pretty important to some people. So it's kind of nice to. So, and what did we do today?
What did we do today? We did animal Reiki, but it's not the usual Usui animal Reiki. This is a animal Reiki that was basically channeled with a friend of mine, and we put it together, and that's what I taught today.
But
And
it's certified.
it's certified, and people are getting certifications. And once they are completely certified, they could also, or they got attuned today for the first attunement. 21 days they get the sealing attunement, and they're going to be able to not only give Reiki healing, that energy that's all around us, that divine energy, to animals, but to insects, to reptiles, to fish, to fairies, to dragons, to unicorns, to any, even their spiritual animal guides. They can then talk to them also. They can start communicating with the animals. They can also learn, and I taught them and added that frequency where they will then start to be able to help find animals that get lost.
And what happens to the people that missed it today?
They can pick it up if they want to through a recording, and then they could take the class and then schedule a private attunement, and then do the 21 days of the work and adjustment, and then we will do the sealing attunement after the 21st day.
And then they'll get certified.
And then they'll get certified on that.
I'm already certifiable.
Yeah. No kidding. Anyway.
Lots of kidding. No, it's got to be kidding. I signed on for the kidding.
For the kidding, huh?
For the kidding.
Okay.
And you heard from your friend in Taiwan, I heard?
Taiwan. Yes.
Yes.
We are going, well, they're actually here in Ohio.
Okay.
But
where are they based?
In Taiwan. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. We will have another 1 or 2 Tao ceremonies here at the Spiritual Center.
Do you mean the 3 treasures?
It's a Tao ceremony.
Right.
Where you will receive 3 treasures, but it is not 3 treasure ceremony. It is the Tao ceremony that provides the 3 treasures. That's how they say it. And so we are now coming up with a schedule. They have to figure out first where they're going to be at, whether they're going to be in Mexico, South America, North America, Canada, so on.
They're also very busy.
But they're in this side of the world, so they will be stopping by, and I will post that on the website and all over Facebook.
But that you have to come here for.
Yeah, that you do have to be here in person. But if you want to do it and you're not within a reasonable distance to come in person, I can arrange it so they could go to your house.
Or even better, if you want to get a group together.
Yeah.
In a different country like Canada, Brian.
And they do go a lot to Canada to do a Tao ceremony.
And if you look up the 3 treasures and having gone through it, I would definitely recommend it. As you see, I haven't self-immolated, so it should be all right.
Well,
Yeah, there's still time.
There's still time.
I'm smoldering over here.
And there's still time for that 6-foot hole in the backyard. Never mind. So yes, we have that coming up. We have many different new services going to be listed.
Again with the services.
Yes, services. It means, treatment, not services like a spiritual center services. But so we will be coming up with a lot of new things. And like I said, last year, the end of last year, this is going to be a very, very big year. You're going to see a lot of new things coming up now that we are officially a nonprofit spiritual center. We can put more stuff up. We can do a little bit more than we did before because we kind of restricted by the rules and regulations, but now there's a lot more leeway.
And Lori, on the idea of past life regression, she also does Akashic Records, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Just to throw another service out there.
And sometimes past life regression is future lives.
Right.
So that kind of basically is where we are right now. Now, if anybody has any questions, you could always contact me.
Or if you're here, you can just put them up and, we'll have a little more fodder.
Yeah.
Hello, mother. Hello, father.
But, everyone, there is going to be a lot more coming up, a lot of good news coming up, besides the fact that, we are now a spiritual center. There's a lot of little things coming up. There's also now, if you go to my Facebook wall, you will also see Health Empowers You. Guys, you need to get on that website and order the stuff, get those recipes. There's a recipe book now that is up, and you use my code GD05 and you will be able to see all the good stuff that comes up there. I have been testing those recipes and they're delicious. They're very healthy. I even took it to my nutritionist, and because I have to eat certain things and not eat certain things, but they okayed it, they thumbs up it, so I'm ready. And it's great because I don't know where you live, but right now where we're at in Pennsylvania, there's a lot of heat and humidity, and these smoothies, these recipes for the smoothies are great. They're really refreshing. They are wonderful, and they're healthy. And it helps, especially in this heat and humidity. So you don't have to just drink water, which is sometimes, for me, is a little boring.
Well, it's not just boring.
It's tasteless.
Well, it's not just tasteless. Water actually will take the salts out of your body. Mm-hmm. That's why they came up with sports drinks, which I'm not touting sports drinks. But, if you drink too much water in this type of heat, you can wind up actually dehydrated.
Yes. That is why you should always have something else besides water. We are also thinking about next year at some point, like maybe February or March, doing some type of major event at a locale where we can do a paranormal type of event, maybe adding some, like a whole weekend, some ghost investigating, as people call it, and we would go through the whole building. We will then have possibly dinner included, accommodations included as a whole package. So we're working on that also.
Well, I know a girl that knows a guy who does like biannual big ghost hunting stuff.
Oh, yes.
So maybe he'll figure out something to rope us in on with that.
Yeah. Yes. The hunt.
Global ghost hunt.
Yes, the hunt.
The global ghost hunt.
Yes. So, this happens right now twice a year, the Global Ghost Hunt, and it happens in somewhere in spring, and it also happens in October, September, October, depending on the year. But it is a great thing where you have teams for 10 days. Usually, we have teams all over the world,
Well, that'd be the global part.
all over the world, streaming their investigation
And you don't
live.
have to come down, Brian. We'll raise you up.
Oh, lordy, lordy. Anyway, so and you could find that on Facebook. You could also find the Global Ghost Hunt um, website, and you could, if you're a paranormal team, hey, why don't you register? And
Now there's an idea.
there's an idea, and you could get you'll get tiles, so you could advertise it. You could sell tickets. You could
Get enough tiles, you can make a nice mosaic.
so you could go into a locale if you want to help the locale and share some of the proceeds or whatever, or give the proceeds to them so they could continue that locale, because let's face it costs a lot of money to keep up certain older buildings and older locales, and maybe make it into a full weekend thing or a couple of days. Why not? So if you go to the website, you signed up, you and send out the news, share it, because I know all paranormal teams out there have friends that are also in other paranormal teams. When we did our stuff, we basically did our stuff by ourselves, only because I like to go into a place
Different.
different
She's a little different. This
than
one.
other than the teams. So, but there's nothing wrong with however you guys do it.
Well, there is, because a lot of teams like to instigate,
right,
and we don't instigate.
no, but it would be great exposure also if you're a team that's looking for exposure.
If you're looking for exposure,
so you can get other places. Maybe they like to call you into them. So just remember that everything we do in this life, if you do it with good intentions, that energy comes back to you. It goes into a full circle and it comes back to you. So if whatever you give, and you give freely and you give without conditions, it will come back to you. Just remember that. And this is a great opportunity where you can go out there and be, you know, seen as you're doing this investigation, right? And it's twice a year. So you don't have to stick to once a year and plan everything. You could continue coming back and enticing the people from one event to the other event, and just announcing it, so you don't have to go through too much trouble to just advertise it. So
yeah, that's why we call it promoting, Brian. She calls it enticing, okay? But yeah.
Look, that's where the Jersey girl comes in.
Yeah, I know.
This is why he's got to look at this stuff.
That's why we don't go to the Bada Bing anymore.
I can't help it if I grew up in all Italian and all Cuban neighborhood, okay? And that happens. So again, go to the website, register. You'll get a lot of benefit from it, and you'll get a lot of exposure because you stream live, or if you have to record it, it could be done also. I mean, there's a lot of different options. So why don't you go in there, and if you're deciding that you don't want to do it, support the event. Support those places that are getting the benefit of being seen and being investigated, because then it makes them known and then other teams may find them um, good to go and investigate, so they could figure out what they get.
And if you're not sure that you're capable of doing it, there's a lot of support in this organization.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't be floundering alone.
Yeah.
You talk to the founders, you talk to the promotional people. There's a lot of hands here to help you have a successful event.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there is. And I am also part of it. That's I am going to be advising the teams if they want advice. I'm going to be protecting them if they want that. Not everybody needs it or wants it, and it's perfectly fine. Sometimes you just need an encouragement, a little bit of encouragement. I've been in another event where a team did not
follow the protocol.
Well, not only did they not follow any protocol, which they did not have to, by the way, just to clarify that.
No, they did not have to. However,
but they wanted to be protected, and they didn't do any protection, anything. They didn't say the prayer that resonated with them. They didn't do sage. They didn't do Palo Santo. They didn't have crystals. They didn't do anything, and then they were in a bit of a trouble. So they called me. I helped them out, and then when they went back in, they have a phenomenal investigation, because then the spirits knew that they could not harm them. The spirits knew that at that moment they just went in there to get the spirit's story, not to cause harm, which is the biggest difference. And they were really able to get going on that. Now, for those that don't know me, I have been doing this, basically communicating and using my gifts since the second I was born. The story that I have been allowed to talk about was when I was right before 2. The age of 2, I was not able to walk at that time. Many experts have told my parents because I was born with certain defects, and they were adamant that I was never going to walk. They were trying to teach me how to use wheelchairs, how to use different things and braces and all this other stuff for my legs. And then all of a sudden, the day before my second birthday, I, as my usual afternoon thing, I was always in the front porch on a little rocking chair, which, by the way, if there's a will, there's a way. I used to use that rocking chair to rock myself and get from place A to place B, just so we understand.
And were you ever off your rocker?
You don't want me to answer that. Anyway.
But I do. I really do.
Nope, you don't. But so I was told by archangels, by spiritual beings, that I could walk, and I said no. I was told I couldn't. Typical gaga guga guga right before 2 years old. And by the way, I was able to speak almost full sentences by the age of 1, and I have not stopped since then. So
no, you don't always speak in full sentences now.
No, that's true.
And you use a lot of sign language.
I do use a lot of language. Yes, that Jersey, that Jersey.
Forget about it.
Jersey. Anyway, so I was told that, and they grabbed my hand. They kind of, encouraged me to get up, and I was able to walk perfectly fine.
And then?
And then I decided to go into the kitchen and ask my mother for something to drink.
And then?
She screamed.
Why'd she scream?
Because she was elated and happy and surprised and shocked and all that. And she screamed. She fainted. And then I had a whole bunch of neighbors coming in. Like Oh, and
It was a quiet neighborhood until you started walking through it.
I know, isn't it amazing? Anyway, so it was a big thing to everyone, and it's still a big thing to me. And ever since then, I decided that I was going to um, pledge myself to the divine spirits, the spirits that work in the light. And from that point on, I have been what I call assignments. I have been given assignments so I could help others come to their full potential. So when there is someone that needs encouragement, somehow I just know where to go. Somehow I just know what to do. Just say what to say, and it helps them. And that is why I have such a strong connection to the other side. Whether you want to call them divine beings, beings from other dimensions, UFOs, archangels, angels in general, whatever you want to call those divine beings, because there are different types of divine beings, I still am able to communicate and be guided by them to help humanity, to help as much as I can. So I'm just a conduit. I don't do this by myself. I try not to do this by myself because humanity is very complicated. So I need a little from the other side that they could see everything that I can't.
And you do kind of have to park your ego at the door with this stuff.
Yes, you cannot have any ego in this. Um, you can use your ego to say, "Huh, am I doing the correct thing? Am I doing enough?" That you could let your ego ask you. But you cannot say, "Hey, I'm all great and this is me doing it," because you're not doing it. This is not about you. This is about helping humanity as a whole and helping raise those vibrations that the world needs, especially right now. That is why there's so many children being born that are so gifted, because this is the time that they are needed to come and raise the vibrations of Earth, of Gaia, of Terra. So, and also of us, right? We definitely need that. So I don't know. What else can we talk about here?
Now I get to have input.
Now you get to have input.
Okay, now I'm not the straight man anymore. I can. So we got a few big things coming up in the fall. And so stay tuned for that, because that's going to blow everybody's mind when we can finally talk about it.
Well, I guess we could talk about the one. July 30th, we have
fundraiser.
A fundraiser for the Shawnee Theater.
And when we say a fundraiser, the money doesn't go through us.
Nope.
It doesn't go through somebody promoting it or whatever. It goes right through the theater.
Right.
Which is a not-for-profit.
Exactly. They will be collecting the money, and I'm going to be doing a hybrid gallery.
And where is this?
This is in
the Shawnee Playhouse
in Pennsylvania. So, but it doesn't mean you have to miss it. If you're not anywhere near it, you can then go there, purchase a ticket, and then show me the receipt, and I will give you the Zoom link. So you don't even have to be there in person. If you do want to show up in person, they will take the money. There will be tickets sold, if available, on that night there.
And there's also a pre-sale.
Yes, there is a pre-sale, so it's already going up. It's already
up.
up.
Go to the Shawnee Playhouse. It's up on their agenda.
Yeah, and they will sell you the ticket, and then you will be let in on that day.
And they get 100%.
Yes.
Of the purchase price.
Yes, this is to help them because it is an older building.
with a
And
lot of history.
a lot of history, including a lot of history of the mafia, who used to not purchase the theater, but rent the theater completely just so their people could go see plays. And they would hire it, privately hire, when no one else was allowed to be there. So there is a lot of spirits, you could say, especially through a certain hallway that you go down through the basement. So it is also haunted. So that is a perfect place to have a gallery. Why not get the help from the other side to bring in messages for loved ones here from messages of loved ones on the other side?
And you've already done several large
Yes.
impromptu
Yes.
galleries.
Yes.
So this is not your first rodeo.
Nope. 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 I actually went to an event, and as a guest, and as I was there, the one person comes and says to me, "We want you to do this now." So I had about a 5-minute warning. That was about it. And there were a lot of messages. A lot of people received healing. I needed the 5 minutes to go and just refresh myself and get myself into my zone. And that was what I did. So it was great. People asked questions of loved ones and they were answered. And even someone found something that had been hidden. It was a ring that was missing. And I had to ask the loved one from the other side if they knew where the ring was. And they found the ring under a floorboard in their bedroom, under where their bed was set. So they had to, the room was already cleared because they were getting the house ready for sale. And they had to go and hammer around until they found the board that was loose. And they found other stuff there too. But they were looking specifically for the ring that was a family heirloom that had been handed down from generation to generation. So that was very important to them. And they got a lot of healing because of the fact that they found it.
So healing comes in all the varieties.
Healing comes in over. Yes. Healing doesn't mean that, all of a sudden you walk, or all of a sudden your scar is gone. Doesn't necessarily mean
Some
that.
people would call that closure.
Yes, but
I know.
I call it healing.
Yeah.
Because your connection to the other side is never closed. It's always open. And if you want to,
But if you're missing an item
mm-hmm,
and you finally connected to that item,
mm-hmm,
then you get a certain closure.
a certain closure. Okay.
Having that back in your family
Uh-huh.
instead of the people that buy the house. Ooh, look what we found.
Yep.
Let's melt it down and get a couple of shekels.
Yes. So, like I said, there is a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of good things coming up, and I will continue to announce them as time goes by. Sometimes
Play it, Sam.
Sometimes it's not the proper timing. That's all. It's not that we are keeping it from you, but it's just not the proper timing. That's all. But there is the book shortly coming out. There's the hunt, so don't miss that. There's the gallery, so you don't have to miss it. You don't even have to leave your house, and you can have, if you are in your pajamas, you could turn off your camera. That would be perfectly fine, because this is about acknowledging if the spirit that I am communicating with is for you or not, is one of your loved ones, or somebody that's coming, even if it's not a loved one, someone that's coming to give you guidance, or even to apologize, or even to get stuff off their chest. and sometimes that's healing as well. But there is a lot of stuff coming. Now, if anyone is wondering, you could go again to my website, and there is over 100 Reiki modalities listed there. And each one of them, not only can I give you a healing treatment on it, but I can also teach it. So you can get certified in those modalities as well. And then you can provide the healing to others. So, or combine it with other Reiki modalities. Like I keep saying that Usui Reiki is like your family physician, the primary, and then all the other ones are the specialists. So, because in Reiki, it is acknowledged that healing isn't only physical, but it is the body, the soul, the emotional body, your spiritual body, your energetic body, each and every of the 10 bodies that make up your psyche. And even the 11th body, which is the addition of all the psyche, the 10 bodies that make up your psyche, is the divine level of your psyche. And that sometimes needs healing because you may have dented the other bodies, and by the time you get to that one, there's a hole in it, or the connection isn't good, or it just needs some cleansing. So just remember that it's always good to continue to receive healing, energy healing.
And
Mhm.
and the nice thing about the animal Reiki that we did today, or that
Mhm.
you did today, I did it, but I didn't do it teaching it. I did it receiving it. What's the pre-qualification for that?
There's no pre-qualification.
Oh, pre-qualification.
No, because like I said, this is a new modality that my girlfriend and I channeled together. And when we did that, and we practiced on animals way before we even thought of teaching it, just so people understand, this has not been a, oh, we channeled it, we put it in the book, well, no, no. It's taken a year and a half for us to decide to actually go out there and teach it, because we wanted to make sure that everything was the way it is. Not that it was just us. That's where the ego comes. It wasn't us. We wanted to make sure that it was the divine energy providing this healing and this connection to the animals, to the plants, to the fairies, to the dragons, to even the unicorns, okay? The crystals, anything that's living that is non human, you can use this Reiki to communicate, to find them, to help them, to send love. And it doesn't matter even if they're right next to you, it could be sent distant, and you don't have to learn any other symbol for distance. It's just the intention.
And just to give you an idea of scope, I was not the only one here in the physical plant. We had other people on Zoom. In fact, we had people from across the pond in Europe,
Yes.
and
Some from France.
and everybody was very, very surprised at how strongly they felt
The attunement.
the attunement.
Yes. Yes. So, and unlike a lot of other teachers, I do give you exercises so you can start your work. So for 21 days, they will have exercises to do. And hey, I give it to you. If you don't do it, that's your own that's your thing. You have free will. But if you do these exercises, your connection will grow stronger, and you will be able to connect to your pets like if you were talking to a human being. Better, I should say, because they will understand you, you will understand them, and you will speak telepathically in a whole different level.
But it doesn't just have to be their pets.
No. Could be any animal at all, any living thing that is not a human,
including plants.
including plants
Including plants. And
and
I'm not talking
and
about a
crystals.
manufacturing plant and crystals.
Yes.
But you do need permission.
Yes, as always. You do have to ask that living being permission to talk to them.
Glenda, we get people that go and try and do investigations and order ghosts around that can do severe damage to them. So I just want it to be understood that even with animals that some people think that they can hold sway over,
Yeah.
the animal has free will.
Yep.
And free will rules when you work in the light.
Actually, the plants even have free wills. The dragons have free wills. Every living thing has free will in this dimension and any other dimension. That is the one rule that is across, the one law that's universal across all dimensions, all time spans, all lifespans, all places. Everybody has free will.
And one way to determine whether someone is working in the light.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're willing to usurp free will, they're not in the light.
Mm-hmm. So that's about it that I can think of right now. And we will hopefully get in touch with we will get in touch with the guest that was supposed to be on tonight, and hopefully they're okay. I know that there's a lot of wildfires and flooding and
Time differences.
No electricity in a lot of places. So there's a lot of different things that could have happened, and I'm sending my love and my healing energy to anyone who is in those places or affected by it in general, because it's just very frustrating and very dangerous. And again, I'm sending my healing energy and my love, so you can, not only the humans but also the animals can do their best to recover and be well. With that being said, don't forget that on Mondays we have Reiki at 6 p.m. Eastern, and that gets streamed everywhere that you're watching this. It gets streamed there too. Then on next Wednesday, we have Glenda's Dragons Den again. Yes, you could go to my meetup and sign up there and see all of the events that are happening right now, including in-person Qigong. And Qigong is also being taught, or we're doing sessions with Master Joanne O'Hara, who also on Thursdays does a hybrid session, a hybrid class, in person and on Zoom at the same time. So you don't have to miss it. You can pick it up wherever you are. And, then there's we did the Reiki. On Sunday nights is a stream where we channel not only the Council of Nine, but also Councils of Light, where they help us journey with them so we can ignite the memories and ignite the knowledge of that we have within us, so we can start to remember who we are, who we were, all the places we have been, where we started. So it could be here on Earth, it could be in a different planet, a different dimension.
How much does that cost?
That doesn't cost anything.
Oh,
yeah. So watch us on Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. And again, you can watch us wherever you're watching us now. So,
and people that have never come on before have been able to come on and take the trip. So
yes,
it's entirely up to you. Obviously, the more you do it, probably the easier it comes to you. But I would suggest that since Monday, the Reiki clinic at 6 correct, 6 p.m. is complimentary, that if you have had Reiki or if you're interested in Reiki, which is a modality that a lot of hospitals allow into to help their patients. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're open, let it happen, and you might be surprised.
And let that healing come in and help your body do whatever it needs. So we want to say thank you for everyone that's been here with us, and please continue watching and support us by liking our stuff and sharing it, subscribing, and you could watch us almost anywhere from Conscious Awakening to the Parapost Network to YouTube to Facebook to Twitch,
Hulu,
Hulu,
Roku,
Roku,
MOU,
Apple TV, the Android TV, and so on, so on, so on. The list goes on and on. So I just want to say thank you.
And Glenda is very accessible. So if you have a question and you don't want to put it out here personally, by all means, reach out to her privately.
Yes. And just look me up in all the different social medias, including TikTok, by the way. I forgot TikTok. So thank you, everyone. Many blessings.
Stay safe.
Yes, stay safe. If you're in this heat wave, continue to hydrate and check on your animals, check on your neighbors, your friends, your family members. And as always, many
She's
blessings.
always very good to me. She makes sure I have water in my cage and everything.
Many blessings and sending love as always. I love you. Bye.